again. Now I will read for you a book. I wonder why planes have wings. Yesterday I was reading for you about on the page 17. Now I will continue to read the page 18. In June 1979, American Brian Allen peddled a special plane called the Casimir Obajus across the channel from England to France. It was under 2 hours and 50 minutes. 9 years later, Canellos Paulus of Greece peddled his Daedalus 88 over the sea between the islands of Crete and Santorini. Can bikes climb the mountain? Machines called mountain bikes are specially designed for rough, stony ground. The frames are extra strong. They can stand up to rattling over bumps, while their knuckly tires grip well even in slippery sand or mud. When the first bicycles were invented about 200 years ago, they didn't have any pedals. People rolled them along by pushing against the ground with their feet. It's not easy to balance on a unicycle. Unicycle. It only has one wheel. How many people can ride on a bike? Although most bikes are designed for one rider, special bikes are sometimes built for take more. A bike was built in Belgium that had seats and pedals for 35 people, but it was very difficult for them all to balance and cycle at once. Can motorbikes ever fly? Motorbikes can't really fly because they don't have wings, but stunt riders still do amazing things on them. By speeding up a ramp and taking off from the end, riders can make their machines lead huge distances through the air. The first motorcycle with a petrol engine was built in 1885. Much of the bike was carved from wood. It was destroyed by fire in 1903. Which motorbikes have 4 wheels? Quad bikes are special cross-country motorbikes with 4 wheels to grip and balance onto the rough ground. Quad bikes are also called an all-terrain vehicle. Terrain means land or ground. Some motorbikes are called jumpers because they have had bits chopped off and move around to make them look unusual. What is the largest human motorcycle pyramid? For more than 2 people to ride on motorcycle is difficult and dangerous, but there are stunt riders to do it for special shows. In 2001, the Daredevils team of Indian Army signal cars managed to carry 201 people on a line of 10 motorcycles by a military parade ground in Jabalpur. Why don't ships sink? When things are put into water, they make room for themselves by pushing the water aside. Although ships are heavy, they are hollow with high sides. This means that they can settle quite low in the water, pushing a lot of water aside. In fact, the ship will not sink unless it is overloaded and becomes heavier than the water it pushes aside. You push water aside when you get into a bath. That's why you have to be careful to not overfill it. do submarines sink? Submarines sink by making themselves too heavy to float. Water is let into special tanks to add weight. When it's time for the submarine to resurface, the water is pushed out. Which ships fly? Although hovercraft travel across water, they don't float in it like ships. Instead, they hover just above the waves and held up by a cushion of air. Hovercraft can travel over land as well as water. This strange-looking diving suit was invented over 200 years ago. The tubes carry air to and from the surface. Here, this is a suit. It looks so funny. One of the earliest submarines was built by Dutchman Cornelius van der Dreppel and tested in 1620s. 12 oarsmen row a wooden boat below the surface of the River Thames in England. Which are the biggest ship? The biggest ship in the world are oil supertankers. They can be over half a kilometer long and weigh more than 1,000 jumbo jets. Giant tankers can take 20 minutes to stop. Life jackets are only 200 years old. A French priest invented them when he lined the waistcoat with a floaty material called cork. Some tankers are so long that crews cycle about them. Viking ships could be rowed or sailed. They had single square sail. What were long ships? We call Viking ships long ships because of a long, thin shape. The Vikings were people who lived in Scandinavia about 1,000 years ago. They built sturdy wooden ships and were skillful sailors. Which are the world's smallest boat? Coracles are just the world's smallest boat. They usually only have room for one people. This is in Vietnam. Warships once had small castles on the front and back. Ship's hammocks were first used 500 years ago. European sailors copied them from hanging beds they saw in the West Indies. So that's all for today. I hope you liked this video. Please like, share, and subscribe for me. Thank you.